Hey everyone, so I created this webinar to teach you guys how you guys can fix your credit without hiring a credit repair company. I designed this webinar or the slides in a specific order so you can follow them in the specific orders, and you should not skip any step if you want to maximize your results. Obviously, the goal is to remove the negative item off your credit report and to have great credit. And I'm going to be teaching you that, and I'm going to walk you step by step on exactly the things that you should do. I highly recommend to not skip over the steps. Now let's get right to it. So for those who don't know me, my name is Mitch Alvarez, and if you guys can see here, I put in a picture of myself, of my car, and my house. Again, I don't mean that to brag or to like look douchey, but it's just to demonstrate that I know what I'm talking about. I've utilized credit and I've done multiple things with credit. And also, if you guys can see here, I circled my credit score 797. I purposely inputted an old credit score because I don't want you to think that I'm just this overnight individual who claims to know everything about credit and credit repair, and where's my credibility at. So that's why I specifically put an old credit score of January 31st of 2019. So you guys can see, like, I know what I'm talking about, and I've been able to maintain my credit score, because there's no point of putting a fresh new FICO score of 2021, because that really doesn't build any credibility, So that's the reason why. Here's a few things about me. If you guys are interested of reading this, pause the video. But again, I know you guys came here to learn how to fix your credit, so let's go to the next slide. Again, this is more information about who I am, what is it that I do, and yeah, again, we're not here to learn about me, we're here to learn about credit repair, so let's get right to it. So the way that credit repair works is because of these specific credit laws that are in place for us as consumers, which we are not made aware of. And why not? Because we aren't taught about this subject. In my opinion, they don't want us, nor me or you, to know about this. So okay, there are 4 specific laws in place which makes disputing negative items off your credit report possible and easy. One thing that I do want you guys to remember is that we're not disputing if the account belongs to you or they are valid or not. We're disputing the method of procedure and verification. This is a loophole that I want you guys to understand that I personally use every single day to help my clients delete items off the credit report. If they're not following the proper procedures, then they must remove the accounts off your credit report. That simple, that easy. A lot of people overcomplicate credit repair. Credit repair is not hard, it's just tedious. Now, here are the 4 credit laws that they must abide by. Number 1, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. This mainly applies to collection companies and anybody that's trying to collect debt from you. Even for mortgages, I know a lot of lawyers use this to combat. It's just some high tactics, but just know that the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act mainly is for collection companies. Number 2, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That's the FCRA, to keep it short, and that's the one that I mainly use. Number 3 is the Fair Credit Billing Act. You could use this one for when it comes to medical debts or like medical collections because of the way the billing coding, but I personally don't even use that, and I still am able to get medical accounts, medical collection accounts deleted off anybody's credit report, because again, I use number 2 and number 4 in combination. So number 4 is a measure to compliance. So those are the 4 credit laws that they must abide by, but the main ones that I use the main ones that I use to remove items off anybody's credit report is number 2 and number 4, the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Measure to Compliance. Now, oops, sorry, this is actually incorrect. Instead of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, this should say the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Let me read this is right. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act, I'm going to read you guys what the definition is. It's a federal government legislation enacted to promote, again, this is the key word that I want you guys to know. Let me actually... the accuracy and fairness of a privacy of a consumer's information contained in the files of a consumer's reporting agencies. Now, I know that's a lot of legal jargon, but to keep it short and sweet, this simply means that anything that a creditor reports to your credit report must be 100% accurate and verifiable. Number 2 is a measure to compliance, and again, this is the one that I personally love. This is the big one that without this, I don't think I would have any success when it comes to removing any negative items off anybody's credit report, and that is a measure to compliance. It standardizes the information reported to all 3 credit bureaus, so the furniture of the credit information to the bureaus must use proper formatting in the form that contains 67 fields. As an example, there is a field called 17A, which on your credit report would equal to the section that says account status. This simply means that in order for a creditor to report an item to the credit bureaus, they must follow proper formatting. And again, you're not here to learn to understand exactly Metro 2 like I do, the goal is for you just to know that you can use it against the credit bureaus to delete the items off your credit report. All right, so step number one, you're going to have to put your credit report from Identity IQ. I apologize, my assistant or maybe myself mistyped this, but this should say Identity IQ, not the way it's spelled out. So that's number one. Step number one, you have to put your credit reports from Identity IQ. I know many of you guys might find a link for the $1 7-day free trial. You know, if you want to do that, by all means, go ahead. But you're going to have to get a fresh new credit report every 30 to 35 days after you mailed out your disputes, because you're going to want to see if the item was deleted off your credit report, if it was updated, or how is it reporting. So I did not include any affiliated link because I really want you to take what I'm saying to you at face value and not think that I'm trying to make money by selling the my affiliated link for the credit monitoring services. Absolutely not. But again, you choose whatever it is that you want. I'm just letting you know that you're gonna have to pull a credit report every 30 to 35 days so you guys can see a fresh new copy of your credit report to see what was updated or what was deleted. Step number two is create an account with Experian.com. It is 100% completely free, and I highly recommend everybody to go there because this is going to show you your actual FICO scores. A lot of people think that just because your bank offers you a FICO score or some other third monitoring website is showing you your credit score, like that, you guys think, not you guys, but a lot of individuals think that that's their FICO score, and they're like, that's my score, that's my score. No, the only places that I would recommend to check your FICO, again, keyword is FICO, is Experian.com or myfico.com. Now, myfico is $39.99 a month, which discourages a lot of people from checking their FICO scores. But if the budget does not allow, this is not necessary. Just go to Experian.com, create a new account, and pull your FICO scores. Simple as that. Now, step number three, I apologize. You're gonna have to analyze your credit reports from Identity IQ. Again, do not analyze your credit reports from Experian.com. Analyze your credit reports from Identity IQ. You're going to want to see the account, and you're going to want to check for any inconsistencies across all three. And if there are inconsistencies, then that gives you leverage because they're not following the OSCAR protocol by not reporting accurate information across all three. And that's what you want. You want to find, even if it's just one thing, one number, one symbol, just anything that's off, that gives you ammunition to get the credit report deleted. I should have said this in the beginning, and I apologize that I did not say this, but you're going to have to first analyze your personal information. You're going to want to dispute old addresses, old employers, old phone numbers, anything that is not current to your status right now. So, for example, if you lived 2 years ago or 5 years ago, I don't know, 123 Disneyland Road or whatever, and you no longer live there, you're going to want to delete that address off your credit report, and you're going to simply send this letter, fill out the information, obviously your name, your address, so forth and so on. Send that with your round of disputes so you can get these items deleted. This is a very crucial and very important step, and the reason why it's because the way credit bureaus and creditors verify that the account is accurate or belongs to you or verified, they simply go, believe it or not, by your address. If the address on your credit report matches the address that the collection agency has, boom, it's magically verified. I know, I get it. I don't understand how in the right mind that verifies an account, but that's how they make an investigation. So this is why it's crucial to get these old addresses removed from your credit report and personal information, because that way they can't tie that negative or collection account to you, and therefore if you dispute in a collection account or a negative account and that old address is no longer in your credit report, guess what's going to happen? When they go and verify, they won't be able to match the address code, and what's going to happen is they're going to get the account deleted, and it's a win-win for you. So go ahead and please do not skip this step. Make sure you dispute your personal information, and definitely 100% your personal old addresses that you no longer live there, especially because that's not accurate information, so that shouldn't even be on your credit report to begin with, but that's a whole topic for a different day. Now, this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to make a list of all of the accounts that you're going to dispute. Now, one thing that I want to point out, because this is where my students mess up, is that let's say, for example, you have a collection account with TransUnion, right? And Experian and Equifax. Well, some of my students or, friends and family will only dispute the account with TransUnion, and they think that just because this one got deleted, that it's going to be deleted off Equifax. That's not going to happen. If you did not dispute it with Experian or Equifax, the account, even though it got deleted off TransUnion, it does not mean that it's going to be deleted off Experian or Equifax. So again, that's just why you have to analyze your credit reports, make a list of every negative account that's listed on that credit bureau. Then again, same thing with Experian. Make a list of all the accounts that are listed on that credit bureau, and then again, so forth and so on. Again, you want to make sure that you are disputing the accounts that are listed on that credit bureau. Because again, just because one credit bureau might delete something does not mean the other ones are going to delete it, because why? You did not dispute that information with the other credit bureaus. Okay, so I just wanted to emphasize that, because that's where a lot of my students always mess up. They think that just because they disputed it with one credit bureau, it means that they think that it's just going to be deleted off the rest. It doesn't work like that. I wish it did. It would make my life easier, but unfortunately it doesn't. So please don't make that mistake. Now, this is the credit bureau's addresses. Here we got Experian, here we got Equifax, and here we got TransUnion. Make sure you screenshot this, save it, type it. That way you know where you send your letters. Again, the three major credit reporting agencies are TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. These are the credit bureaus that will hold the data, the negative accounts, the collection accounts, everything about you are going to be on these three major credit reporting agencies. Now, I do want to say that there are so many other third-party credit agencies, but these are the three main ones that you just have to focus and work with to clean up your personal credit report. Now, we're gonna get everything organized. Again, this is super key for it. I can't emphasize this enough. If I was not organized, my company, I would not be able to get anything done. Believe it or not, I know you think, well, you might have like 50 clients a month. It doesn't matter if I have 50 clients a month or we only have one. You have to be 100% organized, because it's going to help you in the long run. So this is what you should have. You should have You should have 3 dispute letters, which are considered the round ones, because this is you initiating an investigation and disputing these accounts off your credit report. Again, 1 per credit bureau. So you're going to send 1 letter per credit bureau. You're going to need 3 envelopes. This is optional, to be honest. If your budget allows you to, it doesn't really make a difference. It's not going to help you get the accounts deleted. It's just for your records. Again, completely optional if you want to send it certified mail. If you send it certified mail, it would be anywhere from $3.50, depending on what state you lived in. But here in California, that's how much I have to pay per each letter that I send out certified mail. And in each of your dispute letters, you're going to want to send a copy of your Social Security card and your DMV license. Now, this is very important. The reason why I'm saying this is because these credit bureaus like to play games. They truly do. They will come up with some bogus stall tactics, and sometimes you might have every right to dispute the account and the account should be deleted, but sometimes they'll respond with some BS saying, "Oh, please verify that this is you." Like, who else is going to be disputing negative accounts? Like, it just, honestly, I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole, but make sure you send a copy of your ID and your Social Security card. That way they don't have an excuse to hit you with some bogus excuse saying that they need you to verify your identity. Beat them to the punch and send this information with your dispute letters. Now, moving on to the next step. This is an example of what you should have so far. Again, remember what I said, this is what a certified mail slip looks like. I just wanted to include it there for those who are curious or never seen what it looks like. This is exactly what one looks like. You're going to have 1 letter, and then you're going to have a copy of your social. Here's an example. And your ID. Sorry. ID and then social. I said that backwards. You're going to place your letters in an envelope. And there's also going to be another letter, and this is going to be your dispute letters. And you're going to list the negative accounts. And this is all going to go into your envelope so you can send it to the credit bureaus. This is the template of how it's going to look. So when you want to dispute the personal information, which I mentioned in the previous slides, of how important it is to dispute the old addresses off your credit report. Make sure you take a screenshot. This is the template that you need to write out. So here's another example of how everything should look like once everything's said and done. Again, 1 per credit bureau. I can't emphasize this enough. Just because you disputed with 1 credit bureau and the accounts do get deleted does not mean that it will be deleted off the others. Okay? You're going to have 1. This is your dispute letter. You guys take a screenshot and zoom in. I'm not sure why it looks a little bit blurry. This is going to be the template that you use. Here you're going to write the account name and the account number. Again, make another copy of your ID and your social security card. Again, this is completely optional if you want to send a certified mail or not. So you're going to send this letter. I mean, you're going to input this letter into this envelope, this other piece of paper into this envelope, and you're going to send the letter to dispute the address, your personal information, which was in the other slides. Just make sure you go back and take a screenshot so you guys can type it out. Sorry, this should say personal information. So far what you should have is your personal information dispute letter, your dispute accounts letter, a copy of your social security number, and your copy ID. All are going to be inside this envelope, and you're going to ship it out to the credit bureaus. Remember, you need one per credit bureau. Again, so this is why it's very important for you to analyze and make a list and be organized. Now, once you send out your letters, I know you guys will be wondering, what do we do next? So what's going to happen? What do I expect? By the FCRA, the credit bureaus have 30 days to respond to your dispute letters. So let's just pretend today is March 1st, right? It's going to take anywhere from 2 to 5 days for the credit bureaus to receive your letter. So let's just pretend from that they received your letters on March 5th. Now we're going to count 30 days, not from March 1st. We're going to count 30 days from March 5th. On the 30th day, they usually always wait till the end, like 28 days, 29, 30 days. You will receive something in the mail, or you can actually pull a new this is where you're going to want to pull a fresh new credit report. Again, you don't want to pull it too soon. You want to make sure you pull it 35 days after you mailed out your disputes, because you want to make sure it's a fresh, updated report, and you're going to want to analyze it and see what was deleted, what wasn't deleted. Of course, too, when the credit bureaus respond to your disputes, they're going to show you and they're going to write to you if the account was deleted, if it was updated, if it was verified, or whatever it is. The next step is that do not freak out just because you didn't have success in the first round. I don't have success sometimes in the first round. It just really depends. The credit bureaus are very unpredictable. You can't control what they're going to do. All we can do is control what we're going to do. Do not get discouraged, and if this happens and the account doesn't get deleted, don't sweat it. Even me or other credit repair companies do this as well. Like it's kind of expected that it's not going to fall off into the first round. It's going to fall off usually on the third or fourth round. The goal is to stay persistent and do not give up. Don't fall into their stall tactics, or they're doing this to discourage you. What happens after 35 days if the account wasn't deleted? You resend a new fresh round of disputes. Again, this is why you pull up a new copy of your credit report and analyze it and update the information with your letters. Make sure you change the dates. Make sure you if the account was deleted, make sure you don't redispute that account that was deleted. Again, do not get discouraged, because most likely they will not budge with the first round of dispute. If they do, awesome. You don't need to worry about sending any second round of letters. You're done. You just have to either you have to focus on the rebuilding process, or you're good. One thing that I really want to emphasize is do not give up and do not budge. You can and you will win. It just takes time. Credit repair takes time. Now, I do want to touch on this subject because a lot of my clients hire me because they think that credit repair is a magic solution and is going to somehow increase their credit score from like 500 to like 750s. And unfortunately, I'm always very transparent, and I want to let you guys know that if you're in credit repair, you're going to fix your own credit, that is not going to increase your score. Credit repair is a two-step process, and you need to either this is all depends on how your file is. If you have already positive accounts with good positive payment history and you have a strong credit file, then if you delete the negative accounts off your credit report, your score will increase. But let's say, for example, all of the negative accounts on your credit report are completely negative, and you go ahead and delete it and wipe your file and you have no more negative accounts, what's going to happen is that your score is actually going to drop even more, because there's no data for the credit bureaus to analyze to generate a credit score. So you might actually have what they call a L1, or you won't even have a credit score. Credit repair, while you're disputing and doing your round 1s, round 2s, round 3, if you're that person who and you analyze your credit report and you see that you don't have any positive data, or you have a very thin file, by thin file I mean you only have maybe one credit card, one car loan, or just something just very minimal on your credit report, you're going to want to start the rebuilding process simultaneously. You want to start doing you want to rebuild your credit simultaneously while you're doing credit repair. What I mean by that is that you're gonna have to, depending again, if this varies depending on the situation and credit report, but you're gonna have to do, you know, secure credit cards, or you're gonna have to get a self lender loan, or you're gonna have to get a personal CD loan and borrow against it. It just really depends, but you're gonna have to make sure that you are in the rebuilding process, because credit and credit repair, they both take time, and it's like a tree. You gotta water it and your score for it to grow. Again, I hope you guys learned something new. Please feel free to drop any questions in the Facebook group. I'm going to do my best to answer to each and every one of you. I do want to let you guys know that this is not one-to-one coaching. I generally did this because I want people to have good credit in 2021, and there's no excuses. I'm giving you guys the secret sauce, the years that it took me to learn all of this. I'm giving it all to you on a silver platter. So I wish you nothing but the best. Again, make sure that if you have bad credit, make sure you start rebuilding your credit at the same time to see a huge increase in your credit score, because just doing credit repair and deleting the negative accounts off your credit report is not going to increase your score at all. Again, depending on your situation, it might even actually decrease more than what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I was able to show you guys some clarity and help you in your credit repair journey. I do want to let you know that I do have some resources to how to build your personal credit and how to fix your credit, I should say. There's going to be a link down in this below this video, or somewhere in this video, or you can send me an email at info@mitchfinancial.com. I do offer credit repair templates that I personally use on my actual clients that pay me anywhere from $800 to $1,500 for me to fix their credit. So if you guys are interested in something like that, click the link below. I offer my credit repair templates at a very affordable price. Again, my goal is for everybody to have good credit in 2021. So if that's something that you're interested, feel free to download the templates. They're as low as $3.99 or $7.99. I'm not sure exactly how my assistant priced them, but I told him to make them super cheap, which I do believe they're like $7 or $9.99 or something like that. If you're interested, feel free to click that link below. I also want to say thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope I was able to show you guys, again, some clarity. I want to hear from you, so please email me or message me on Instagram as you continue your credit journey, and let me know how your credit score is growing. Again, feel free to join the Facebook group, where I will try my best to respond to each and every one of you. If you guys have any questions or would like one-to-one help, please email me at info@mitchfinancial.com and see how we can work together. I also offer one-to-one sessions, but this is mainly for people who want funding, or people who want to learn the travel hacking and stuff like that. This is something that you're interested down the line once you finish with your credit repair journey. Feel free to message me and see if we can possibly work together. Again, I wish you nothing but the best. May the odds be ever in your favor, and I wish you nothing but good luck.